Welcome back to ESL 1 Battlefield 4 Grand Finals for our third season of 2014. It has been a terrific day already of Battlefield 4 action. We've seen the favourites Fnatic go through. We've also seen Epsilon just scraping by in a tough game against ESC. They'll play the winners of our next game as we head into more action from Group A. Next up on the stage, Planetkey Dynamics going head-to-head with MYM. It's a popular battle that we've seen before. We're going to find out which one goes through to play the favourites in Group A, Epsilon. Let's go over to our commentary team of Jason and Alex.
Yeah, as you said, Paul, it's going to be an interesting game here. Meet Your Makers, the team that is probably the most vocal team I've ever heard. Maybe compared to Dignitas, Walu gets pretty excited as well, but Planetkey Dynamics, to me, they're the wild card in this one. We saw ESC perform pretty damn well against Epsilon, I should say. I mean, winning the first map, but now PKD and MYM is going to be a whole nother beast.
Oh yeah, a completely different beast, completely different play style as well. I think you mentioned Planetkey Dynamics being a bit of a wild one. Their play style reflects that. I mean, these guys, they're very hit and miss in my history of casting them. I've either seen them completely decimate people or look really kind of out of shape and never really in it.
Right.
So for me, if I see them coming out of the gates strong, I think this is going to look pretty tough for their opponents.
You know, I just realized I look really white next to you.
Oh, I look really brown.
I thought I was kind of tan at first, and then I look at you and I'm just like, holy crap, the contrast. But yeah, so we have Meet Your Makers, a team who, you know, they won the first season, they won the winter split.
Yeah, of course.
But they've been not as, they've had a steady decline ever since then. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to kind of, you know, repeat your performance in the winter season, sorry. But throughout the entirety of the Cups, they've just been downhill ever since.
Yeah, obviously they came, was it season 1?
Yeah, it was
season 1 MYM coming out so strong, picking up that first place. And now, not necessarily the Giants anymore. Fnatic taking that top spot.
Yeah.
And there seemed to be, I mean, Fnatic are on top form. It's going to take some real magic from anyone, really, to knock them off that top spot. And I think from what we've seen so far, there is some magic in Epsilon's shoes. I think these guys, they looked a little bit, they had a twinkle in that game we just casted. But for me now, it's all about who's going to be up there with them. And I'm looking at Planetkey.
Really?
I haven't talked yet. MYM have the potential. You've said it. They're taking that first place. For you, as an individual, completely unbiased opinion, you think MYM's taking it?
Yeah, easily.
Easily? No, not even a shadow of a doubt.
I have faith in them.
Okay.
I mean, just besides the fact that I know them a little bit better, I have faith in them because they have a really good lineup. You know, Ducky-chan has always been one of the players to really come out huge with all the frags. He's always been one of the players to really, I guess, lead the kills for his team. You have Safe as well in there that can really put up some good things. But the thing is, Safe isn't like one of those, I'm going to get the top frag in the team and kind of thing. He's more of the, I want to be the voice behind the team, get you pumped up, get the morale going, and call things.
That's a huge point to make, especially on the stage environment with the crowd and all this completely new stimuli.
You guys made the language.
So with all this stuff going on around you, America. It's the little things. It's so, you know, a teammate motivating you. Safe is that guy. He's the guy spurring his team on, and if he starts playing badly and starts losing that motivation, that's when MYM might start slipping up.
We saw them in the playoffs last season, and when he wasn't talking, they weren't doing well. And then he was actually sick at the time. Like, he had something wrong with his throat. He couldn't really scream.
He's the one screaming.
Yeah, and the thing was, like, he was very quiet, very mellow, and you could see it reflected in their play style. They weren't really, you know, energetic, weren't really getting things going. They've had so many close games in the past. I remember the first season they went to a 5-mapper versus Pyrogen, and it was so close at the end as well. And right now, this is their time to, you know, reclaim glory. Like, can they pull things back? Don't be shy. Come on, we're on camera this whole time, and you're going to get shy when it comes on you for 2 seconds.
Nice little win.
All right, so is this their chance to reclaim glory? And I really want to find out if they can. I would like to see a team step up and really match to Fnatic, because Fnatic has just proven, obviously within the groups alone, that they're leaps and bounds beyond other teams right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot of money. There's a lot of pressure on these teams, and the pressure is something that can either motivate you or completely demoralize you. A single wave from the entire...
Oh, no, I spot a famous streamer in the crowd right there. Miss Rage.
Been found.
Yeah, MBK's girlfriend from Titan for CS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I hate her. So PKD up against Meet Your Makers again. PKD, I mean, we should go to their lineup a little bit here. Seeing Tom and Nosy, Jansen, Outsider. Some really good players. We've seen them in the actual audience all day today.
Yeah.
They've been watching every team. They've been scouting everything. They've been talking. I think out of all the teams so far, they've taken it the most seriously. So, as we've heard, Pansy said earlier on, Safe was sleeping during the games. I mean, you could do. I mean, like everyone has their own prep. I like to look at cats and dogs, like puppies and kittens on Imgur. He might like sleeping.
Did you say Imgur?
Whatever.
Imgur. I mean the language.
GIF and GIF. I know. I like to completely phase out my mind of what I'm going to do ahead of time, and maybe that's the same thing for him. Maybe he likes to relax, get a little bit of energy, and then just kick it up a notch when he gets into the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, Safe is the guy who's constantly going to be shouting, screaming, standing up. I mean, that takes it out of you. You've got to have a little pre-game rest.
We know about that. Yeah.
So yeah, a pre-game rest. I think these players are going to be getting very prepped for this one, getting ready. I think we've got a couple of players yet to join the server.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's now talk about their route here. Planetkey Dynamics, the closest they got in these cups, there was 4 cups to get here. 3rd, 4th against Infamous. And this is a team who, Infamous were strong, but if that's their highest result, what does that say to you?
Well, they made up against some really tough opponents in every one of the cups. I think it was Fnatic for most part, so they kind of got shut out for quite a bit of them. Even Epsilon in time. Actually, no, not Epsilon. Sorry, PowerGen, Infamous, Gamers Connection, ESC. I don't know. I feel like they've never been a team that performs in cups.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like they're a team that's when they're in a LAN environment, that's when they really get in their groove. That's when they really get things going. And not to mention that, we have the picks and bans obviously coming up here in just a few seconds. There's so many maps that Miniature Makers are good on that I've been known for. I don't know what the other team's going to choose to really ban against them. Yeah, so right now, a map we haven't not seen, or have seen a lot of, would make more sense, Dawnbreaker. We've seen a lot of that, yeah.
That was really nice in sync with the music there.
So, nice.
Paracel Storm straight out of that one. No surprises there. Paracel Storm, one of those ones you either love it or you hate it, the Marmite of the Battlefield world. Railway knocked out as well. Okay. Not sure where I am
expecting Zavod to probably be taken away from them if PKD wants to do it. Oh, wow. So,
both
damn.
teams. Oh, okay, damn. And, I mean, I'm not going to be surprised to say, I mean, other than Locker, Planetkey Dynamics are really comfortable on Zavod, on Locker. And so, that kind of close quarter combat where they can really shine, start shouting and...
Locker was the 3rd map, correct?
No.
It's taken away so quickly, I can't get it written down in time. I write really slowly, I'm a lefty, guys.
Oh, me too.
Oh, we're made for each other. So... we'll get, I guess, Siege of Shanghai. Siege of Shanghai was the final map.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so obviously, one thing that kind of irks me about the picks we just saw right there, those were ridiculously fast.
Well, I think a lot of teams do their homework and they know what they want to play and what they don't against these specific teams. And going in against MYM, I'm surprised we have Shanghai. In fact, I mean, was it Shanghai, Dawn, Zavod?
Zavod, Dawnbreaker, Siege of Shanghai, yeah.
Those are, and I mean, this is what I've found. And look at that percentage. Woo! I think I'm the minority with my 7%. Me and Planetkey Dynamics to the end, man. But Dawnbreaker, Shanghai, and Zavod, those are 3 maps I know MYM are strong on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is, we saw them play in, they won over PyroGen in the winter finals on Siege of Shanghai as well. I mean, it was a map that really caught us off guard, but they played so damn well on it. Zavod as well, one of their strong maps. I think the only team that really contested them much or enough was Dignitas back in the day. Only able to take them. I believe Dignitas had 1 ticket left or something like that. They clawed them back to sub 5 after having a 50 ticket lead. It was an amazing game. I believe Pansy actually cast that with Dawnbreaker last season. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like, again, just because a team is good on a map doesn't mean they're going to perform well today. We've seen that already happen before. We saw Exertus. Dawnbreaker's their map, performed well, in their first game against Gamers Connection with 84 tickets, but then they lost with 92.
It just seems... It does fluctuate a lot, and I don't know if it's mindset, simply adaptation. A lot of teams start strong on their favorite map, and then if the team's good that they're against, they'll adapt, especially if it's quite linear, the way they're approaching the map. If you have a very set piece, set approach, and you can't adapt once the other team does so, you're in trouble.
All right, well, we're just waiting for the last man on the side of Miniature Makers to get into... Oh, no, PKD, sorry. And we should be getting started here in just a few seconds, and PKD on the stage. I don't think any of them have had really any strong LAN experience in front of a crowd. I mean, you can see the crowd out there. I mean, it's packed. I couldn't even find a spot to sit in the last game. That's one of our terrible casters, Pansy, looking as beautiful as ever. You're elegant.
It's like a swan in a blazer.
Yeah, except British. I don't know where I'm going with that one. So yeah, again, PKD, they chose Zavod.
Yep.
If they're going to choose a map, they better be good on it. The problem is, I don't know if they can match up to Meet Your Makers. It's like, hey, let's play Fnatic on Operation Locker. It's their map, but you know what? We feel confident today.
Confidence is key, but I mean, it can only get you so far. Then you actually have to play the game.
Yeah.
With the amount of doubt, for those of you that are sat there like, what? 93% think this is going MYM's way? Change the scale, tip the scales, going to esl-1.com and placing your vote. Though you're right, they are the underdogs, Planetkey Dynamics. And I hate to keep buzzing on about how they start, but Planetkey Dynamics, if they can just kind of knock them on tilt, if MYM start kind of questioning, like, well, this was what we've done, this has always worked, why is this not working now? That's when, hopefully, Planetkey Dynamics can turn up and cause some upsets and make me look less stupid for saying that I think they're going to take it.
Well, we will find out, obviously. The game should be starting very soon, and I feel like, so you're saying PKD, they get an early start, catch, make Meet Your Makers doubt themselves.
Yeah, it's all about
and they can
doubt.
get a really good game going. For me, Meet Your Maker side, I'll play, I guess, the devil's advocate on this one. If Ducky Chan and Punch Roll start off strong, you will not stop them.
Yeah,
it's Valu and Too Easy in the form of Meet Your Makers. Like, you could not stop that two-man combo. They are ridiculous, and we're obviously going to find out.
Yeah, well, it's that two-man combo backed up by Safe shouting and screaming and getting hyped. That's going to be a very scary MYM, and especially on a map like Zavod, a map which very momentum-based, and unless you're kind of on your toes, there can be a lot of rotates going on without you even noticing. Blink and you miss it.
And the thing is, I mean, you and Pansy just casted Epsilon ESC on Zavod, and ESC came out with a victory by 1 ticket.
Oh man, I was screaming. Great,
the thing was,
game.
She was mentioning during the entire thing that, I think she was talking to Jera, if I'm not mistaken, she was saying, yeah, we're kind of like a mixed pug pretty much coming into this. We don't really have necessarily high hopes, but we've been practicing, obviously. But if a team can come in and challenge Epsilon on a map like that, that kind of shows the state of Zavod right now. Any team can really pull out a victory there. It just depends on, are you going to hit that one shot? I mean, with 1 ticket, you can look at that game. The teams can look at that game and be like, if I didn't die there, if I didn't get aggressive there, if I just played a little passive here, if I threw my nade a little bit farther, that would have changed the game completely. And that's what can happen on Zavod.
Yeah, it's true. Just that every single decision, every choice you make really, really has an impact on the game. Sometimes it's a bit more difficult to see, but for that game in particular, I mean, it's amazing just how one mistake, one play, just
that's what hurts.
Of a map.
I would rather get destroyed than have that happen. Because then, the thing about Battlefield is it's not like one person. It's not like League of Legends where you can say if you didn't teleport to that turret in the middle of the team, we would have won. If you didn't engage here, we would have won. But for Battlefield, it's like there's so many kills and deaths happening the entire time. So many people watching so many different angles. You can't pinpoint the one person who messed up.
Yeah, that's Safe, just showing exactly who he is.
He's got some guns. He's been working out.
Yeah, Safe. In case things, kick off.
You what, mate?
You what, mate?
Yeah. Obviously, all you guys out there are definitely checking this one out. I thought that was Pansy again. No, not Pansy, sorry. She's just so bright in the crowd. But, what's your thoughts on the later maps? Dawnbreaker, Siege of Shanghai, you mentioned these are Meet Your Makers maps.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on those coming into it?
Dawnbreaker, I think, is one of those maps which MYM, it's got MYM name all over it. Planetkey Dynamics are going to be outclassed on Dawnbreaker. That's how I see it already at the moment.
And your favorite in PKD
Oh,
too.
yeah, no, I am, because I'm looking at Shanghai, and I know that Planetkey Dynamics have potential on Shanghai. It's not a Zavod in the, it's not as close quarters. It's not so fluctuating between, lots of changing hands of sites. However, I do see the potential in Shanghai. B site can be such a tough one to retake if people dig their teeth in Shanghai. So if Planetkey get that B site on Shanghai, admittedly we're talking 2 maps in advance here, but just saying the potential is there.
That's one thing I like about Zavod is the C site in particular. You can just dig in. Like teams like Dignitas, once they dig into that site, you cannot move them unless they want you to take the site. Like, the ability to cover so many angles, it makes it so devastating. And then, of course, Siege Shanghai, like you're mentioning, the B site, very tough to break into. I wonder if we're going to see the trend we've seen all day today with, let's go the long rotates. Let's see if that works. Obviously, we saw so many teams play it so well earlier on today. I'm trying to think of the team in particular, since we've had so many games. Who was it that played Siege Shanghai? Was it, Exertus.
That's right.
Who looked so damn strong earlier today. Just the rotates they were doing, the counterclockwise was very fluid, very good momentum, very good movement by them. And they're obviously able to pick up the win. Oh, this is nice. I like tagging along with the teams. You guys can't see it, but I can. It's they're just flying around in the little UAVs. Good stuff.
I think we're still waiting on one player before.
Yeah, Jensen, I believe, is just having a couple of monitor problems, just fixing it up real quick, and then he should. Actually, no, he's in the game, but we're missing someone from Meet Your Makers. Ducky Chan.
So, 8 teams battling for a slice of 30,000 euros. That's been knocked down a couple already. We've lost teams like Vox, the Australian team who looked a little kind of out of their depth earlier.
I'm actually curious. So we have some teams already going through. So let's just play a game here. So assume that PKD lose, all right?
Yeah.
And they go up against ESC. Do you have any particular favorite in that one? Assuming that happens. I think if Meech Makers gets knocked down there, they will beat ESC.
Yeah. Okay, so you're talking MYM ESC.
No, PKD.
PKD ESC?
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be a game I'd enjoy.
It's the German teams going head-to-head.
Okay. Well, I couldn't call that. I mean, I'd like to see ESC take it just because of the route they took, but yeah. That's a good potential game we got going on.
You guys have both been saying to you and Pansy that once ESC gets their back against the wall, they kind of fight back like an angry animal. I can't think of the actual animal in particular. But we saw them do that. Now it's our chance. What condition is PKD and what condition is MYM? There's so many questions, obviously, that we want to get answered. We're just waiting for them to finally join the server here and finally just say they are ready to go here. I believe actually they are getting ready, so we'll start this one off in a few seconds. But again, really excited to see where PKD is, really excited to see where MYM is. PKD, this is, I believe, the first time actually making it into the playoffs. They've got a lot to prove.
They have a lot to prove, and they have a lot of... I mean, if ever there was a time to demonstrate your ability at a game...
Is do it for one of the 7% out there, Alex here, rooting for you guys.
If ever there was a time, you're on the stage, the lights are on you, the crowd are really looking forward. Everyone loves an underdog, so if you start strong, they'll get the crowd behind them, and that always plays a huge part, even in esports.
And I almost challenge the people at the back of the actual audience here, if they can't hear Safe screaming, then something's wrong.
That's like, when you know things are going...
I'm willing to bet money on that, practically. That you will guarantee be able to hear him, even over us, because that's how loud he gets. I think he loses his voice after every event. Wouldn't surprise me.
He is the motivator, and obviously Safe is the man you want to keep eyes on. He's kind of the man who determines MYM's motivation, determines how effective they are. He is the voice of the team in more ways than one. So 10 seconds on that clock. Going to be jumping straight into game. Both teams rubbing their hands together. Any sort of advantage. We know how close these games can come. Now, talk to me about the start now, Jason. What do we want to see from these teams? I'm looking at that spawn towards C. MYM are going to kind of be gifted at that early C site. And then from there, it's not so simple.
Well, once we drop you the game here, I can actually tell you what I think is going to happen. Ducky Chen actually going to be running the engineer kit here, but he's going towards the B flag.
It's going to be a heavy altercation on this B flag very early on. You can see Ducky, and well, it's 4v3, so the numbers are actually favoring PKD. They've put a lot of their eggs in this B basket. It's actually looking to be paying off just a little bit, taking their time with this one. Finally, Ducky Chan falls. Flax, the last man standing for MYM. He's going to be running away with his tail between his legs, or he's thinking about it anyway. In the meantime, though, Safe, look at Safe, cheeky Safe on that map, straight up, realizing that they've thrown all of their numbers towards that B site. PKD are going to be regretting that one, and straight away that A flag is going to come under MYM control, unless, of course, someone has something to say about it. It's going to be Enosoy. Enozy. That's a lot of...
Yeah, I know that one because I have a giant nose. But yeah, I mean, the fact that we've seen the Horak role, as we kind of coined it, of attacking the A site by yourself, kind of pulling the team over there and getting the Kappa winner again. It looks like Safe is going to be the one to step up to do it here, but look what's happening. A and B picked up for PKD. You kind of called it. PKD has a strong start. They can definitely dominate the game. They're going to pick up this C flag here, unless Ducky Chen really has something to say about it. And remember, he's one of the two people on the side of Meech Makers that really needs to step up, and he gets caught off from the side. You can see his body completely off the screen from that shot. And you know what? PKD, they have a strong start here. Now here's the real test. Can they maintain this?
Yeah, that is the question. They've really fought tooth and nail to hold that B site, and they've been kind of holding that quite so firmly now. C is what where the question still lies. I'm interested to see what MYM have for them. 4 players now heading towards that C site, but 4 players lie in wait to receive them. On that outside area, Flax looking pretty strong alongside Ducky, trying to find a way into this C site as Ducky Chan does go down to that ACW. Nice play from Inozy. Punch rule as well with the ace. So actually a wide kind of arsenal of weapons. It has to be attention has to be drawn to the fact that they've only lost 7 tickets so far. Make it 8.
Yeah, well, that should change, I think, very soon as they have been able to attack the C side. They attacked from multiple directions. They sent 2 men in towards the back. They sent 2 in right under. I think they sent 1 from the side to really hit it hard. And, well, it worked out. And Safe now leading the charge here towards the B flag. Looking for another kill. He'll pick it up, or at least the assist onto it. And that should be B picked up as well here. If he can pick up this last kill onto Hysteria, unfortunately, he will not. But it doesn't matter. He's fighting on their side of the map here. He's keeping them there. He's getting the information of where they're going. And this is going to allow Meech Makers to really get that catch-up that they need. MYM
going to dig their heels in now. Don't want to be moving from this. Want to set up a bit of a wall of defense, but I don't think it's going to happen with his kind of double backline play. Jansen kind of laying in wait, waiting for his team to spawn in on top of him, and it looks to be paying off. Does pick up 1 on towards Flax. MYM team, though, have got plenty of numbers left in the bank. 2 players hanging out this A site. Only 1 for PKD. Soon to be 2 if Enozy Mosey's on in there. Right now, though, AC hold remains, and that ticket lead is looking to level out very, very fast. And this is that adaptation we were talking about before the game began, just how interesting it is to see the stronger team on paper, MYM, adapting so very quickly to this interesting, and it's a little bit of a different playstyle from PKD.
I'm not going to lie, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. PKD sent 4 people towards A,
and it worked.
Why would you ever, I mean, it worked, yeah, but why the hell would you ever send 4A? That was just like the weirdest thing ever because you're so far away from B. C can be easily taken from you, but right now it's working out for them. They have A, they have B. In the meantime, it looks like they're capping over C at the same point, and right now it's working out for them. They're getting the AC hold here. They will lose out on B, but you know what? A and C is not a bad pickup here. Now it's their chance to really dig in, and I hate to say it, but Meet Your Makers, they are struggling a little bit here.
They certainly are. Safe, maybe starting to fall quiet very early on in this game. He's hanging out in that mid area, such an integral part of a successful game on Zavod is just keeping control of the middle area. It can lead you to C, lead you to A, and right now he's going to be diving in to the depths of the map, looking to head towards C side. There's someone with the receiving, I believe it's Sayo for MYM, and he's going to find, surely going to pick up the frag. 30 bullets later he does. ACWR being poorly used there, but Sayo doesn't stop him picking up. He's already picked up 3 frags, so 113 tickets to 88. Keep an eye on that, obviously, in this first half. They're just trying to set a threshold, trying to make it as difficult as they can in the second half as the sides switch and trying to secure the first map in this best of 3.
All right, well, Jansen gets a nice kill on the tank side here. Does pull at least one more man. You see Scene pushing in Jansen as well. They're going to get the cap out of C. We're seeing all the flags being contested right now. The Meet Maker's going to come out with the 2. They're going to even pick up a kill on an outsider. And this is going to allow them to push in from multiple angles if they want to. I feel like Meet Makers, they're not going to be happy unless they have C and B, or B and, well, C and A. And right now, they're going to take everything they can get. Obviously, being 20 tickets down, they need to make up some sort of ground here. And it looks like they've finally been able to, though. You can see, I'm not really surprised to see PKD put so much emphasis on this A flag.
Look at this. So MYM have responded in force, managed to secure that AB hold. Not ideal, especially when you have these Planetkey, that's a mouthful, PKD players hanging around, kind of always looming over them. They're well aware that if that B site gets left empty for a second, they can profit off that, though. Right now, the attention is being drawn towards that C site. PKD are throwing players to defend it, but if they can't even hold on to C, never mind, going to rotate towards the other 2 sites. This could get messy right now, trying to level out the ticket lead, and it's certainly they've managed to do so. MYM bringing it back to a level playing field after quite a long and drawn-out deficit.
Well, they wiped out 3 people right there. They got all the revives in they needed.
Perfect.
And you know what? They've gotten the lead now. They've finally been able to pick it back up here. They're starting to get some momentum going, but look at this. Punchroll 11-5. And he's only getting more kills, 12-5. He's going unstoppable right now, and this is going to be very difficult for PKD to shut down because once he's pumped up, once Safe is sitting there screaming behind him, is like, yeah, you're doing a good job, keep getting those kills, he's going to be ridiculous. I see, just pick up his sister, the Ducky Chan picking up 2, and they are wiping the floor with them. Yes, they have C, yes, they have B, and look at this line hold they're going for. I would love to see, though, Flax maybe push out on the tank side, just so you can spot people spawning in back here, and even get a little vision towards middle.
So, with that BC hold, I mean, MYM have woken up. Maybe Safe took the gaff tape off his mouth and started screaming because MYM seem to be a completely refreshed side. I haven't seen really a route for them right now. They're trying to push him. We've got 4 players now. PKD throwing numbers towards that C site. See how it pays off for them right now as Sayo on the defense, takes down 1. Scene did manage to take down Flax with him, though, kicking and screaming. It's 54 tickets to 84. Meet Your Makers. Haven't met their makers just yet.
Punchroll got 4 kills before he finally got taken down right there. He's doing a fantastic job, and I'm really hoping to carry his team through. And, you know, just as quickly as we saw the lead for PKD be about 40 tickets, now it's 40 in favor of Meet Your Makers. That's how quick these can really change, and that's just how Meet Your Makers are finally starting to read into this situation. And as we tag him with Punchroll as he picks up another kill, we saw 3 people spawned in towards his side, and you know what, Punchroll, he's keeping them there practically by himself. He's dodging the nades, he's staying alive, he's getting assists left and right here, he's healing up as well. And look at that, almost a full squad wipe. Jansen, the last man alive, and he's over towards B. Meet Your Makers, I hate to say it, right now I'd love to say it actually, since I have them voted to go through. Yeah. It looks like they're going to at least get a 70 ticket lead here.
Yeah, and I don't understand what happened here for PKD. Is it the pressure, or is it MYM just stepping up their game? Because they looked so very strong, if not level, with MYM, and now going into this last couple of minutes, all I've seen has been MYM being the better side, both individually and as a team. So right now, PKD, you see Nosy heading on towards that A site. Interesting to see how that holds off. In the meantime, though, Ducky does fall. And here we see Nosy has managed to bring that A site under control. I don't think anything else is going. Oh, I tell a lie. Look at this defensive. Sayo seems to be everywhere. The guy is like a rash on the PKD body right now. They can't really grip any site. Every time they consider it, the rotates from MYM completely shut them down. And 15 tickets. It was 80-80 at one point, Jason.
He's got his Nikes on, Sayo, definitely running around. And you know what? This whole fast-paced, gunslinging kind of actions working out for them because Magemakers are always one step ahead. They're always in the right place. But here we go. The push coming on a B. They have the man advantage for PKD, but look at that. Scene being shut down. There's so many different angles being covered by Magemakers. Jansen finally making some ground, but he's got more people to kill. He gets Sayo down as well. That's 2 for him. He's looking for maybe number 3 here, and he will get it. Picks up 3 kills himself. He has opened up the C5 to be taken, and because of those wipes, Magemaker has no way of pushing in towards that A flag.
Yeah, and just 1 ticket remains in this first half. This is looking really good for Meet Your Makers. Looking so surprising. Well, it's no surprise. MYM, the not defending champions, but previous champions in that first season, showing us just exactly what they brought to the table in those previous games. Right now, though, looking to finally get this one player. PKD, they've got 4 standing. If they respawn, the game is over. So right now, PKD, with these 3 remaining players, looking to do a bit of damage control, reduce that ticket lead for this first half, and I do not believe how long this ticket is holding on. They're managing to secure A and B. Surely it's going to go down now. The Arse is going to be taking C, and that's going to start the bleed for a very short period of time for that single ticket to go. I think it's going to be Flax on that C flag. We're going to see it. There it is. 57. Take a note of that one. It's going to be at the top of your screen to swell into that second half, but still 57 ticket lead for MYM. I think they're going to be happy with that, especially considering the start.
I don't know. Say, I'm looking for Safe to be screaming out of happiness. He's kind of very quiet. But yeah, 57 tickets is something you can definitely be happy with, especially with how that game really started out. But now this is what I'm worried about for PKD. MYM saw their strategy, figured out exactly how they're going to start things off. And MYM only looked stronger throughout that game. Obviously, they kind of let it slip a little bit at the end, but the thing was, you saw how many times they got squad wipes. It was ridiculous. It got them that 40 ticket lead after being 40 behind. And right now, as you can see, 16-10 for Punchroll, really stepped up. Sayo, 12-5, 11-8 for Ducky Chen. Over the other side, look at this. Jansen, 17-9.
Fantastic performance from him. And someone we didn't outline as a stand-up player for PKD. Really nice to see individuals bringing their A game. Perhaps maybe that was overshadowed by this team's lack of performance in the second half of that one. There's a smile on Safe. He knows that he didn't do badly. But I think MYM are going to want to wrap this one, put a bow on it, and get this first map under their belt as fast as possible. I don't think they want to see the start they had in the first side.
I think they're definitely looking for a quick 2-0. Yeah. Most teams obviously are. They want to just be able to win this game quickly, move on against Epsilon, because there's been a lot of rivalry, if I can speak, between
Words
them.
Are hard, man.
English is definitely difficult. So is math. But between them and Epsilon, and I actually saw the Epsilon guys out at the Twitch Lounge or Red Bull Lounge, whatever they want to call it, and they looked happy, looked confident. The thing is, if I was Epsilon, I wouldn't really be that ecstatic because they dropped a map to ESC. This is the Epsilon who got 2nd place last season. This is the Epsilon who really just destroyed so many different teams, and yet, they got a 103 ticket lead on Gold Mode Railway, but it didn't look like the Epsilon to me that we necessarily know. And
I don't think Epsilon are going to be smiling until they get rid of that shadow of Fnatic holding that top spot.
Shadow.
It's a big shadow, a big
like
orange shadow. Yeah, you are a giant, there's no doubt about it. I think we're going to be going into game off to find out if the teams are ready. Don't want to take you in just yet. I do
think we are live.
Yeah. And so let's get away from those beautiful fingers. Lovely nails. Look at that. Very nice beds.
Let's get pedicures, manicures.
Yeah,
same thing.
So moving away from that, let's see what's going on in this game. Have a little look at that overview if we can. And we'll see where the start has taken them. So nice to see MYM on that blue. Russians and the US being played by PKD. So nice early start from PKD. We've seen this before. Don't let this fool you, though, as MYM are considering some retake on towards B. And look at this now, outsider left all alone. Punchroll is looking to find them and try and hunt down the remaining player on this defense. I don't think he can do too much now. He's just dive and die as he does go down. And we're going to see that B site taken under MYM control. And look at that straight away after that early PKD capture. The dust settles and MYM are looking to pick up what could quite possibly be a A-B hold, or not.
Well, now ignore this one death that Punchroll has, because that was a suicide to start off the game. 3 kills straight to pretty much open up that B side himself. I want to see if he's going to continue this momentum. He's working in towards C, takes up another kill, looking at number 4. He finally does get taken down, but the fact is, if you can have a 4 KDA, if you can pick up 4 kills every time before you die, when there's a squad of only 5, that is a fantastic thing to really be able to depend on for your team. And now Safe playing a little bit of an anchor role towards A. We'll pick up the kill. Nice. We'll stop the cap on that, and we'll give him that 2-1 here. And if he can pick up the second kill, that'd be fantastic. Jansen, the big fragger for PKD last round with 17 kills and 9 deaths, going to be dropped potentially by Safe as he's just shooting through the wall here, not connected with any shot. Sayo looks like he's going to come in from the side, and they will clean this one up, I believe, here. So, A, going to be maintained, but it was hard fought by both teams.
Yeah, real bloodshed over on that A site. It's nice to see how closely matched these teams are, especially considering MYM being recognized as one of the stronger teams in this final 8. Nice play, though, from PKD, managing to shut down the defense on B. In the meantime, though, Flax hanging out towards C. Hysteria. There he is. And it's all right to see. So the C flag's being put under some scrutiny, put under the bright lights now as Ducky-chan looking to maintain it for his team, try and retake it. I don't think PKD have got too much now to worry about with that BC hold. At the moment, MYM being forced onto some heavy spawn timers.
Punchroll just doesn't go down easy. He almost took 2 people down with him. Flax even coming in, might even get the revive in behind that. Let's actually tag along with him if we can really quickly. He does get the revive in. Punchroll 7-3 now. He is a real stand-up player for him. He's the Duke of Meteor Makers. He's the Valu of Meteor Makers, and right now he's doing a fantastic job really carrying his weight, and even more than his own right now. But you can see, even though if Meteor Makers lose a flag, they're instantly ready to turn into another one, and they've been able to maintain a 2-1. I mean, not a huge ticket lead, but again, 57 tickets. If we do see PKD drop below that, that will be a first map victory here for Meteor Makers.
Yeah, and right now, look at this kind of level playing field. Look at these tickets, really pretty, sticking neck and neck. This looks to go MYM's way at the moment. PKD needs to do something special right now, and if by special I mean an AC hold, I don't think that's quite special enough. They know that they're going to lose it quite quickly, especially knowing that MYM have that presence towards C, knowing that they can quickly rotate up towards A, and especially look at these spawns, Safe on towards Flax. A site's going to be going down, Safe now on the charge, maybe not going to shine so bright. Jansen, not sure exactly what he pulled out the bag there to take down Safe. Is he going to get resurrected? He is just about. Flax returning some life to Safe's.
Look at this, though. A 1v1 to Nosy up against Sayo, picks up the kill, and you know what? That's going to be a tri-cap coming. And finally, PKD gets some sort of ground in this game. But now 2v2 over at the Safe flag. Safe will be dropped here as well. And this is going to be a potential hold. Ducky-chan, the last man standing, falling back, playing it safe, playing the respawn game here, not trying to commit and potentially get wiped out here. So smart play by him. I really like that. But now they need to take something quickly. I
mean, I was saying they need to do something different, need to do something magical, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered. A triple cap, that's going to be a real heavy bleed. Just watch those blue tickets tick away. And I mean, but you have to maintain that 57 threshold. If PKD fall below 57, this first map goes their way. Oh, sorry, Meteor Maker's way.
And right now, we still have a lot of time for that one because the game's been so close. We see PKD finally with some life in them. And that's obviously really nice to see here. But Safe could be pushing out towards B. Gets a nice kill on Hysteria, and he might actually transition straight into a B hold. But you see Meteor Makers, one thing I like is that they've adapted over time to control middle more. And wow, Safe going ham.
And talking of holding middle, Zavod is all about that. Lauren will not shut up about it, and rightfully so. Is that if you hold mid successfully, C and A, no matter how many numbers enemies throw at you, C and A will quickly be retaken because mid is the route to both of those sites.
All right, nice Hysteria. Still running the engineer class here, trying to destroy a little bit more debris. And they will pick up a kill on a punch roll. So they're able to shut him down. They're able to push in towards A here. But again, Ducky-chan, this is what's so weird about Meteor Makers. They don't have set roles. They don't have, no. All right, you're the anchor, you're the slayer, you're the support. They have, all right, everyone do what the situation calls for you to do. And that's honestly really cool to see about them. Because obviously Ducky-chan, he's one of the big fraggers for him, but he can also sit there and be like, you know what, I'll sit back here, I'll play it safe. And unfortunately for him, he does get taken down. He doesn't stop the A cap here. All right, now Meteor Makers, well, down about 20 tickets, 30 tickets right now. Are looking for a recap on something.
Flax just completely fluffed his lines. 30 bullets later, didn't manage to bring the kill home on B, and that was an important kill. I believe it was on towards C.
I think those are warning shots.
Yeah,
I could kill you if I wanted.
So we'll see how that plays off. And now Flax is kind of a bit embarrassed, a bit hot under the collar, and he's not going to consider. He's actually considering going back towards that C flag. MYM are quite safe in their stronghold on C. A has been under some scrutiny, but nice defensive play from Hysteria and Punch Roll, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Bring that one back under MYM control. So level playing field. Consider those 57. There's only maths is hard. 20 tickets left for Planetkey Dynamics. Need to do something, and they need to do it fast. That triple cap was a start, but I really want to see either another triple cap or they just need to get that B straight out of MYM's hands. It's a trip cap, but it's not the trip cap I ordered. 3 sites now under MYM control, and that's going to be the first nail and possibly first map.
They need to stop bleeding right now. They need something, a bandage. Give them something here because they They need to stop this 2-1. They have 69 tickets, down to 57, and they will have lost on this first map here. Meet Makers, all they need to do is just hold. And I guarantee Safe's out there screaming, just hold. Don't worry about playing too aggressive. Just hold your flags here, pick up the kills. And
oh no,
that actually could be a game changer here for Jansen. Pick up the kill on a punch roll, open up the A flag. And right now, Meet Makers, well, they have been 2-1, potentially 3-1 here. As Sayo, the last man standing, he will be taken down here. And will that tri-cap your order? It's finally been delivered.
Yeah, but is it too late? And I mean, a trip cap not really the most ideal. Looking at the positions of MYM, Flax and Safe are going to be kind of pincer moving in alongside Sayo towards A. If they can just stop this trip cap, stop the bleed, this is going to be the first map MYM, but don't rule PKD out of it. They held the trip cap for around kind of that 60-second mark last time. If they can do that again, then the game is on. Keep an eye on those tickets though, 57. That 62 falls below that. Then we're going to see that first map on the board. 41 tickets though for that rush.
And look at this, Meet Makers are still running, I believe, well, at least they had two not that long ago, about 6 minutes in. Now they're running only one, but they're still keeping an engineer class, still trying to adapt and take down these walls as they need them here. But right now, they're working against time. They need to get a 2-cap soon. They have maybe 2 good pushes left in them, but not if they take it slow here. And they need to find the direction to attack the C flag.
Things are starting to heat up. 3 tickets left for PKD, 30. They've got, MYM have got more room for mistakes. PKD have none. PKD, they cannot slip up. They cannot make a mistake with their spawns as well. We see Scenes holding back on spawning. Doesn't want to commit just yet, especially with the tickets being so tight right now. They are holding on to that BC, and they just need to maintain it. This is looking like B might be slipping away. It's all really onto Outsider. He needs to pull out a very fast double. I think B's going to be slipping away. 4 players now from MYM thrown on towards the B side. That's all they need to do. Maintain numbers. Look at this. This is going to be game, set, and match. It is. Well, it's just, in fact, it's just game.
Not tennis yet. Yeah, I mean, still, that was a fantastic job by PKD to just last second come together, pull it out, really band together as a team. Unfortunately, well, maybe if they did that maybe 30 seconds earlier, maybe a minute earlier, things could have been completely different. But again, they dropped them from, what, 80 tickets down to 22, something like that at the end. A very close match, and obviously Meet Makers going up 1-0 here in this best of 3. And that means we're going over to Dawnbreaker. I think that's the most played map we've had so far. At least has to be one of them. I think Siege might even be the #1 map so far.
No, I mean, every map I've casted, we've seen Dawnbreaker. That's a few.
I don't know if it's a curse or
maybe I attract the Dawnbreaker players, but I mean, it's a map everyone knows, a map we've seen played time and time again in a lot of different ways.
It's the most unique map.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that and Going Railway I think are really close, but just in terms of
Railway.
Of the linearness of it, if it's even a word, the fact that you have A, B, and C kind of just straight in a line. There's no triangle built up.
Yeah.
But then again, this is more of like a dual kind of battle it out in your face kind of map. This isn't like can you flank me in the right way? Can you hit me from multiple directions and take me? It's can you out aim me right now?
Yeah, it's going to be the aim game. And from what you've seen so far, aim wise, where do you place Planetkey dynamics on the MYM scale? Are they there? Are they keeping up with them? I felt like there were some individuals who really shone there.
I want to be a jerk to some players by kind of comparing them. Oh, I think there was somewhere on Drunk's level.
Okay,
but obviously not anywhere near Valu.
No.
I'd say maybe Asterix, but not Duke. I'm trying to keep comparing some teams. They weren't doing bad. But I think Punchroll still showed in that game that he is still leaps and bounds beyond, not necessarily better in aim, but his awareness, his game sense of being in the right place, getting the flanks every time, realizing where they're hitting from, and knowing where his teammates are watching has made him excel here in this game. And I feel like on a map like Dawnbreaker, if he can pull up the numbers he did before, or maybe if Jansen can, then it can go either team's way.
Certainly can. And you have to remember now, MYM, Meet Makers, really, really hungry to meet Fnatic, and the best way to do that is by going through this game. They've played 4 qualifying cups. Cup 2, 3, and 4, they met Fnatic and got knocked out by Fnatic. That is a track record and a half.
I'll give him this though. They actually, I don't believe they're running their same 5. Correct me if I'm wrong.
A different lineup?
I believe they had a couple people on vacation.
Okay, so
I know Safe. I don't think he played in the beginning ones because he had to go on vacation. Like it was like between school starting up again kind of thing, and he wanted to get some sort of time after the end of the spring split. But you're definitely right. They still had core players in the team. They still had people they could trust to come in as subs. And I mean, it's not I don't know. They've never been a team to perform amazing in cups. It's kind of that LAN environment. It's kind of like if you can hear Safe next to you. I mean, it's a difference between hearing them in TeamSpeak or whatever, and hearing them right next to you through your soundproof headset. Like it's completely different for the teams. That cup is beautiful. Why don't we ever get a cup?
I'm not sure. I think I'd look really good holding that on stage.
I think you would too. I think you would too.
I'm not sure if we're live.
Oh, that actually, okay, that is live. I was hoping they would ask us for like, ready or
so
something
did I.
like that,
Okay.
but we're underway. All right, so let's drop in game. PKD over on the Chinese side, and Mutual Makers over on the US side. Sorry about that, guys. And I can tell you, Mutual Makers up to a strong start, have a 2-1 hold. PKD getting the respawns in from the backside.
Wow, so look at that start. MYM starting as they mean to go on, picking up BC, but the swarm of PKD, the Germans looking to bring back a vengeance on this C site. All onto Safe though, very nice play on the defense. He can just sit there, doesn't need to reveal his location just yet. He does now though, does take down a big frag on towards Jensen with the AK. He's expecting that close quarters combat, and
That was Sayo!
Oh, his teammate just chucked a blind nade on towards that statue area, and Safe obliged by catching it. Nice.
I can hear them now.
Safe just
Safe was like, what the hell? And Sayo's like, at least it was a nice throw.
Yeah, he's got a strong arm, but I mean, look at those tickets already. Planetkey Dynamics looking a little bit weak now already. Only 4 tickets costed MYM right now, and PKD finally starting to wake up and bring something home for themselves. Looking to secure B, but that presence of Ducky Chan on that kind of north area is going to be a bit of a worry on this B hold, especially now we see Scene going down to punch roll.
Ooh, I want to see that connect. I want to see him get that kill right there.
Gonna try again.
It's always satisfying killing someone with an explosive, you know? Whether it's grenades or whether it's RPGs or the law.
Sayo knows all about that.
Well, right now, as you see, a 3-man squad hitting A. And this is what we have yet to see today, I believe. No team watches this area, I guess as we call it, the Horic spot, where you just sit kind of there at the staircase and you see anyone, you spot them coming up. And right now, you know, Nosey's kind of doing it, but not necessarily the same position. And right now, I guess Speechmakers are happy with it, because you know what? They'll cap C, they'll maintain B, they'll push people up right away here. They'll still have the guy out on catwalk to give them the spotting that they need. And right now, they have a nice little bit of a 20-ticket lead.
So, BC holds. Sayo's going to be holding strong, not nading his teammates this time, so it's all going well for him. He's going to try, and that failed to take down the threat. In fact, I'd say the threat, it's just quadrupled. The players have all spawned in on the player he failed to kill, and that's going to cost him right now, or not, as he does take down one. It was outsider before. He hasn't gone down just yet. Takes down Scene before finally falling to the AEK of Hysteria.
But what's important, though, he pulls, four people over there, and because of that, back cap on A.
Good spot. Safe.
Yeah, it's just like the communication between him and the rest of the team is like, guys, there's like 3 here, push something else, and they go immediately. They maintain a 2-1, and you know, Mutual Makers are playing I don't want to say flawless game, but a class act game.
Yeah, almost outclassing PKD on this one. It's a map I said everyone knows how to play, but if everyone knows how to play it, it really comes down to the stronger team, the individual 1v1s, the general communication, and right now, MYM are in a different league. Those 27 tickets do reflect that.
All right, now let's see what's going to happen here. B going to be maintained. Mutual Makers giving up catwalk, though. Sayo going to contest it a little bit. He's got a strong throwing arm here. Let's see if he can land anything else. Looks like he will not connect just now, but look at the spot. He spots a guy crossing from long distance, able to pick up the kill, able to get back to his position, and he had, what 7 points of HP left? He's able to maintain that one and still draw attention. Look at this, 3 deaths, or 2 deaths, and potentially a 3rd coming in just a second on Outsider. And they're doing a fantastic job. They're pulling PKD in the directions that they want, and from that, just completely capitalizing off the mistakes.
Yeah, they've been holding this BC for a long time now, and especially now with this Sayo, who just seems to be constantly drawing attention to him. He's just hanging out on the outside. Every time he dies, he gets back and brings teammates with him, and right, that B site could not be any safer right now. No one's going to touch them on B.
That's what you did there.
And
Safe's watching it.
And right now, A site, MYM going to question their integrity of defense on this site, and they're going to succeed. It's all really down on towards Ducky to defend. Nade's coming into him, towards them, and he's just going to push forward much more successful than previous attempts, though. They did actually manage to get into the site this time. Maybe MYM are being a bit more passive on this defense. Don't need to let them know they're there, and just coming around, playing the waiting game. Look at that, coming from behind. Big defensive play from Ducky. Going to keep roaming around the offices. Sit down, watch some TV. Maybe do a little check on the fire extinguisher. Don't want any unnecessary fire in this nice maintained site, as A and B is firmly under MYM control. And I'm surprised they managed to secure B.
Well, right now, Safe is at 10-3. Sayo's 7-2. Punchroll's 6-1, and Ducky Chen 7-2. Flax has the most deaths on his team right now, but we talked about them being major fraggers, but we talked about Ducky Chen and Punchroll. We didn't even mention Safe earlier, Sayo on this one, and they are doing a fantastic job. Sayo, again, the guy to hold this catwalk. If he has 7 kills and 2 deaths, that shows you how well that's going for him so far here. And right now, PKD, they need to respond. They're down over double their tickets currently, and to have 120 or just 100+ difference in the first half on Dawnbreaker, is there really coming back from that?
I think that right now PKD are a wounded animal. limping away, trying to kind of maintain something to keep them in this game. And right now, all I can see happening is a real slow, almost kind of beating them up before they finally finish their kill. I'm trying to think of animal ways to do this. I'm going to give up now.
Toying with their
Toying their food? That's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Right, so NYM, look at that ticket advantage, 120, only really costing them 30 tickets in this entire first half. PKD, they keep trying different things. This time they're going to try and secure A site, but NYM have other plans. 3 players. They sent 3 players away. You'd think that maybe that would cost them C, but right now it falls to a 1v1. Sayo up against Hysteria.
No, you know what? Easy shot for him. Gets the kill, even gets a respawn with him to help out. They're going to maintain C. They're going to maintain A here. They might even be able to push towards B at the last few seconds right now, because you see 38 tickets remaining. PKD, I feel like they're on potentially their final respawn right now, or their final push, but Scene luckily coming up big with a kill. As he does get taken out by Flax from the backside, they're going to lose control of B. They're going to get tri-kept here. And I wonder, are Mutual Maker's going to send anyone towards A to hold on to it?
Doesn't look like they're just going to accept it. They say, we're fine with just the 2. And PKD, it's a bit of a kind of consolation prize, giving them A with only 24 tickets to their name. Not looking great. Safe's actually looking to catch them as they exit the site, trying to keep them an arm's length away from that B site. He's going to hang steady. Nade not going to be doing too much. Look at this positioning. It's going to pay off surely. He does manage to take down one. Look at the pistol. Gets the second as well. 93R into Hysteria's chest. And that is going to leave a very shaken but not stirred PKD.
How many times have we seen this position used today now? That side room that Pansy pointed out earlier, it's just so damn strong. I mean, again,
nade would solve it though, right? You'd think that nade just kind of popping in would completely rule out the presence in there.
We're just ahead of the curve. I don't know. I don't know if people haven't really caught on to that. Well, the fact is, the whole moving thing, it's really hard to win a duel when you have to move in Battlefield here. But right now, 9 tickets left to go here. Mutual Makers potentially going to lose on a 2-1, but it shouldn't be for that long, to be honest. It pretty much turns into a TDM for them, so they will lose A. But now, getting the full respawns in. Look at this. Hysteria getting a really interesting random respawn here. Wow. Does he want to cap C? He's going to try.
It's going to be like he's waving a flag saying, hey everyone, I'm over here. And he's already been taken down. Nice work from Punchroll and Ducky. 2 players now to find, 2 tickets. That's all it needs. 2 players clicking that respawn button. And they're going to have to, as all of the PKD side have been fully wiped. Right now, they're just delaying the inevitable as 2 players are going to have to respawn. Only 1 now. And you see, there you go. What a strong half from NYM. The only way is up for them right now for PKD. They've started so poorly on Dawnbreaker with such a huge threshold. I see nothing but pain for them now.
This is the 2nd highest score we've seen on Dawnbreaker here today. And it's the 3rd highest score total across every single game. 104, the highest on Dawnbreaker was 120 by Fnatic versus Exertus. And then 112 on Locker by Gamers Connection versus Vox. So definitely showing the power of that one. We talked about 80 tickets being like the kind of threshold that's really hard to come back from.
Try 100.
Add 24 to that and see how that works out for you. And I mean, it's always possible. We saw some really good life out of PKD on Zavod. But to do it on a map like this is going to be a little tough. And you're pointing something out to me. I want you to say it.
I just want to say about the deaths. Right now, you guys can't see the scoreboard, but every single player bar 1 in OZ, just on 8, every player of PKD was in double figures with deaths. Contrasting over to NYM, Punchroll died twice. Picked up 18 kills, and that is complete testament to just saying NYM were getting the kills, picking up the frags. They were the better players, and they were winning all of these 1v1s, 2v2s, and that was almost entirely what brought that game home. Yes, the strats were there, but if every single time PKD tried to challenge them on a site, they lost down to aim, that's just better players picking up the points.
Is that Mario and Luigi out in the crowd?
Oh, it is. Hey!
Yeah, okay, it is. All right. I was like, I wonder if that's color coordinated, like on purpose. All right, well, we should get underway here with our 2nd half. PKD fighting for their chance to stay alive here. Obviously, they would go into the losers bracket to play against ESC if they did lose out in this one. But obviously, you don't want to go out right away here. You want to go fighting. And Siege Shanghai, if we do need a 3rd map, we'll be on that one here. We're going to have Mutual Makers over on the Chinese side, PKD over on the US side. I'm going to drop you in a game here because I really want to see Mutual Makers. What are they going to start off with here? I think they're one of the first teams to use that little bit of I don't even know what to call this. The boost, the slide, the ability to just kind of slide away from your spawn, get a little bit of extra distance. One of the first teams to do that here, and it looks like they're going to push with the boost spot straight into B here.
Yeah, and that boost spot's going to get them there.
Oh no, they're backing away. A lot of teams are doing this today.
So they're kind of getting the boost, getting the advantage towards B, and then coming all the way around through A. I don't think it's going to be surprising to PKD. They've seen it all day. They've been sat in the crowd seeing how these teams play Dawnbreaker. But right now, gifting them the early CB hold. And I don't think PKD are going to be too upset about that one. It's all down to how this first exchange goes down. 0 kills for Hysteria. He's trying really hard, finally picking up one onto Punch Roll, switching to that pistol, looking to maybe secure a second, doesn't. And it's a very strong start for PKD, holding these sites for a little longer than expected and anticipated right now. And I want to see maybe MYM have to go back to the drawing board and consider maybe approaching C.
Well, the thing is, this drawing board is like there's a giant building right now because they have 104 tickets to work with here. They only need to pick up, let me do math really quick, 46 kills, which I think they had last time, practically.
Sure they could. I think almost one player closing up half of that, so you're not wrong. It's all just, it's a little bit TDM-y for that. Really not going to enjoy that. If PKD can't win these 1v1s, look at this. Look at that. How did Sayo get away with that? Nearly taken down 2. Hysteria finally pulling up his socks and realizing he needed to come away on victorious with that one. And you see those tickets are falling away, but with 104 to lie back on, I don't really think there's that much threat right now.
As you can see, we have Punch Roll pushing back in towards the middle. Again, the big fragger for the team. We're going to find out if he's going to be able to pick up anything else here. Look at this. Ducky-chan. I thought he was going to hold the Horic spot, but he's maintained the back spots. We saw Sage do that before, you know, kind of hold the anchor. This is kind of similar to how Horic holds it. It's a little bit more aggressive, or this is a little bit more defensive than Horic does, but it's still going to prove to be very well. I believe he hears a Nosy from the backside, or he should, and I don't know, Nosy better not miss shots like that. Picks up the kill, will pick up the A flag here in the meantime, and you can see Meechmaker's more than happy with that. They get to rotate in, they get the spawns, and right now they can taste victory. 135, remember 104 is that threshold.
So Planetkey really got very little to work with. They need to keep hold of these sites and just completely, I mean, a trip cab right now would be a gift, but that's going to give them the randomness of the spawns. I think they could be a bit more comfortable just with that holding AB. Give them C, let them have that, let them eat cake for a short period of time, because right now MYM are going to be split up. You see that 2 players towards that A site, 3 to C, and that's going to really cripple the PKD defense. You see C defense going down. I believe it was Hysteria. He's been taken down, and now AB are under scrutiny as well.
All right, look at this. No one even on the A flag right now. Sayo just can push straight into it. I believe Outsider might know this is happening. But again, he forces a respawn on top of him with Hysteria. They're going to send 2 over there, and Hysteria gets taken down right away here. So Sayo going to push in maybe towards the flag here. In the meantime, they're pushing B. I believe they're actually losing out on C from a back spawn. But again, this could be the 2 cap they need. Remember, all they really need is just kills right now, and it's currently 13 to 18 in favor of PKD at this moment.
Yeah, those tickets on the left side of your screen, those blue tickets, if they fall below 104, it's all wrapped up for the PKD side. Newcomers, first time you said they're going to be on stage, probably their first stage experience, and they have a lot to prove. MYM do too, though. I think it was the first season they came first in the winter season, and ever since then, Fnatic has just been a huge orange wall in their way. 83 tickets to 126. Right now, though, whether this is MYM a little overconfident, PKD do seem a little stronger.
They do. They seem to have finally a good read on this map. And Nosy now 6 and 3. They don't have double digits in deaths, not even close right now. You see on the side of Meechmakers, the big fraggers for them just really aren't doing too much. Punch Roll dead even. Ducky-chan at 1-5, safe at 2 and 6. Maybe it's a little bit of cockiness. I hope it's not though, because you can't really afford to do that when you have so much money on the line. Right now, PKD, they're definitely fighting back. They're definitely doing a good job, but they still have a long road ahead of them. 122 tickets they're at right now. They still have 72 to work down on the side of Meechmakers, and they just lost 2-1. They have to take this back quickly, or that's going to be it. Like, this is basically their final push, and they have to do it fast. Yeah,
you said it right there. This could be their real final approach on towards B side. They have managed to neutralize it. Whether or not they can capitalize on this, though, and keep hold of it, it looks like it knows he's got a good plan ahead of this one, trying to hunt down the defensive play on B. He's got a good plan. It's not good enough. He goes down, and look how close they are now. Around that 10 tickets before this all comes crumbling down to Planetkey Dynamics, and they get knocked down into the lower bracket, but they're not over yet, though. Need to stop knocking PKD, because, I mean, it looks like they're securing A. If they can keep hold of this AB, maybe.
Yeah, they only have one person alive now. Oh, I mean, this is going to cost them. Yeah, this is pretty much it. I mean, they don't even need to cap a two flags now. They're going to get B, here. But with 4 tickets left to go, I mean, that's going to be it. Meechmaker's going to come through in the winner's bracket.
No surprises there for you, and for 93% of you guys at home as well. We saw your vote earlier. Rock on 7%, but BC hold, that's going to be the nail in their coffin. Look at that, GG's in chat. I have to say, I liked the way PKD played that, despite looking a little bit shaky towards the end.
They did very well right there. I mean, they took out almost 100 tickets for the side of Meechmakers at the end. It's unfortunate they didn't, do it a little bit earlier on. And I don't want to say I was right and all of the 93% of the people out there were right, but you were definitely wrong.
Yeah, and I bow my head in shame. I think it's I'm a little bit too much of a fan of the underdog story. PKD, that's a great experience for them. The fact that they made MYM sweat, and the fact that they made MYM work, should just suggest that, you know, there's life in the new dog right now. They've come onto the scene. Looks like they've, I mean, to have this experience, they're not out of it yet, though.
They're not, yep.
They go on to play ESC. That's going to be a fun game to watch. Both of those teams have potential to take that one. But right now, let's look towards the winners of this one, MYM.
Yep. So we're going to have Mutual Makers up against Epsilon coming up in just a little bit. That's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a good game. I think that's going to be one of the closest games we're going to have today here. And you have any thoughts on that one coming into it?
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic game either way. I think watching the way Epsilon played earlier and seeing MYM now, I'm maybe be a bit more lenient towards Epsilon. But I mean, so far I haven't been right once. So let's not listen to me.
Maybe this is the time.
Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the right one. But yeah, I don't know. I'd say Epsilon. MYM though, very strong team. Good to see Smile on Save's face there. I think.
And we're going to find out, well, how they're going to do a little bit later on. Obviously, we're going to have a little bit of an interview with them in just a few minutes here. And, you know, Safe, he's one of those guys that you love to listen to. He's always has a smile on his face when they're not losing, which doesn't really happen too often.
Most players do have a smile on their
face.
But
he's very a heartfelt guy. He's really nice, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say about this because this hasn't necessarily been the easiest season for them, whether it's just in results alone or just the fact that as their team. I mean, obviously, you've been together for a while. They really haven't changed any rosters. They kind of went a little bit of a break. Wanted some vacation time to relax, and they didn't really have too much of that. And to have to come into this and kind of be prepared for it, and to really stick together as a team, to trust your subs coming in to play for you and perform well enough is very difficult. And right now, I believe we're going to head over to Red Eye, who has an interview with Safe.
Yes, thank you very much. With Safe, congratulations. A nice game in the end. Quite straightforward, I guess, but. Talk to me about, from your point of view, playing these guys is never easy.
No, I mean, PKD, they're a very strong team, and we know how good they are. And but we practiced a lot for this event, and we didn't want to do the same mistakes as we did last season. We practiced hard, we practiced different this time, so we have a lot to show this season, and we finished them fast. So.
Confident, a confident victory.
We have a lot of time. We are aware of what we are capable of. So
okay, and Epsilon next in the upper bracket final. It's not the end if you lose because you still get another shot. But how important is it to you and your team to win against Epsilon?
It's very important. We already beat them last time we met them on ESL 1, and we want to do it again. And we're pretty confident that we can do that. We can finish.
Why?
Well, we practiced a lot. We played them a couple of times. A PCV is a PCV, but we know that we can do it. We have the firepower.
There it is. He has the firepower. Safe and the team from MYM. Congrats, you are through to the upper bracket final. So that's it for now. We're going to take a quick break here at the ESL 1 at Gamescom 2014. When we come back, the winners bracket final between Epsilon and MYM.